Beyond the Golden Gate Bridge awaits glorious Marin County, home to sweeping vistas, diverse cultures, and inspiring causes. Join us for Marin Interviews, profiling people and projects, creating a meaningful impact in our community. Hi there, welcome back to Marin Interviews, where we showcase people and projects making a difference in Marin. And I'm very excited to meet and introduce everybody to Michelle Cortez, who is the director of Marin School of the Arts in Novato, and also the vice principal, correct, of Novato High?
Principal, yeah.
And full disclosure, I have a huge soft spot in my heart for MSA, and I am just delighted to meet you. And how did you come to meet up with become the director of MSA?
I tell people all the time that this is my dream job, and clearly I am standing on the backs of amazing creative people who created this foundation at MSA. But before this job, I was a principal in Oakland, and it was at a charter school. And what I knew was missing was this ability to tap into young people's passions.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was very strategic as I looked at positions, and I thought, I am only going someplace where young people have choice to explore their identities, purposes, and passions. And as soon as I saw the listing for Marin School of the Arts and did my research, I was like, there's my home. This is where I'm going. This is where I belong.
Oh, I love everything about it. Can you, for those who may not know what Marin School of the Arts is, can you give the little elevator pitch on it?
Sure. Well, I love to say you've probably seen the MSA stickers going up and down Highway 101. But what MSA is a specialized program within our comprehensive high school here at Novato High School. And we think that offers the best of both worlds. So it's this lovely way of taking all of the space in a high school schedule where you might put electives, and being very intentional and flexible at the same time, and giving kids an opportunity to explore their creative sides and collaborate and problem solve and take risks in a safe environment that's kind of embedded in this idea that we are creative people that can come up with creative solutions and work together to explore the world and what the potential is with our ideas and with the skills that we build together. So it's 13 different disciplines.
Yeah, what are the disciplines
13.
now?
Yeah.
I remember creative writing and film and video, which is now cinematic arts.
Right. And those are kind of, we call those right on the crosshairs because those are the border. They kind of are both visual and performing arts.
Correct.
We also have in visual arts, we have drawing and painting, sculpture and ceramics, digital arts, video game design, photography.
Oh my gosh.
Product design, which is so cool.
Terrific.
And then in our performing arts, we have dance, instrumental music, which includes both classical and jazz studies. We have our vocal music program, our theater, and our musical theater program. So it's 13 altogether.
And the music theater productions, holy moly, they're just outstanding. I can't wait. I've got to come back and see another one. It just that whole school. So what I also know that there's a big 20th year. I cannot believe MSA is 20 years old. And are you just chock full of events?
I love to say MSA, from what I've done in my research, as well as just talking to people like you, Sandy, who has, a big piece of our foundation, is that I think MSA will always be a little scrappy. Mm-hmm. We always want to take big bites and do maybe a little bit more than we should do. We are public school teachers, and I'm a public school administrator, but at the same time, we're here often 7 days a week to put on the performances that we do and to keep kids engaged and to create avenues for kids to perform and express themselves and build the community aspect of our program, which I think is pretty much at the heart of it, right? Is that we want to make sure that young people have a ton of choices and that they have their parents and their peers and their teachers and their friends' parents, that we can all spend our weekends together making good art and, putting on sometimes fundraisers and other times art gallery showings and performances and special projects out into the community. And again, being busy is a good thing, especially when it's students who are kind of exploring what they care about and who they care about, right? That's what they do within the arts programs.
Well, even, and especially with public schools, these skills and art projects and music project, all the arts are always the first to get cut. So to have this outlet that MSA is, to go through the audition process to get in and all of these steps and then become such a community. I remember, I am sure my son didn't want me as involved as I was, but it's also incredibly important. You have to have the backbone of the parents helping or it just wouldn't, the parents are the net underneath everything that's going on. And did you say you're gonna start taking some shows on the road? Are you doing a little pop-up?
Well, it's funny. First, to the point you were making before, I always tell families when they're touring and recruiting season, we don't just recruit students, we recruit families, right? Because we're blessed and privileged to have an MSA Foundation, which is those families who believe in kind of a collectivist spirit that when we get together to support these programs, and families contribute in all different kinds of ways. They contribute their time, they contribute their talents, and some of them contribute their money, right? And it goes into a collective pool so that not only the MSA students, but actually all students at Novato High School have the privilege of art that's free. No one pays a dime.
That's terrific. Yeah.
Right. Nobody, even whether you're in the MSA program or not, no one pays a dime to have incredible materials like hardwoods that they get to cut into and create benches and create these pop-up areas. And one of the things we've been doing is that we've been really creative in thinking about what does our workplace need, and our workplace being the school that kids are here getting their education, but then also what do we need as an arts community to continue to grow and expand? And this year we got really excited about creating a pop-up shop, which is basically we're going to get a horse trailer. And a horse trailer, right? And I have a student and I am his client as the MSA director. And he has been researching different versions of the types of horse trailers that they bring to weddings, the types of horse trailers that they bring to, like when you go to Corte Madera and you get all the beautiful food, right, out of the trailers. And so he's understanding what the need is in the community, and he and his team are designing a horse trailer that will be able to take the MSA show on the road. So we'll be able to be our ticket booth in front of our brand new 450 seat theater, because we kind of needed a flexible space. I know you have to come.
I have to come see that.
But it can also take us down to the Novato 4th of July parade, right? And it'll have a stage that drops down, and our rock band can perform on it, right?
That's a brilliant idea.
And it can go all the way down to, Marin Catholic. When we do our recruiting every fall, we can take our MSA show on the road, and it's kind of like the bumper stickers that you designed years ago, but it's a whole entire.
It was just a team effort. But I was losing sleep over that. But I want something on cards. The county fair. You guys could be at the county fair. Oh my gosh, that is wonderful. And when is it's in the process right now?
Yeah, so we have two major fundraisers every year, as you know, because you helped create these fundraisers. One is called Divine Wine, and we now do that every October as Divine Wine, and we do that off campus, and it's thanks to the wonderful Kaliski family kind of birthed this idea and then kind of gave it back to us and said, all right, you keep doing it. But that is our fall fundraiser. And we raised a paddle to fund the idea of this pop-up shop. And so this year, the kids are iterating on the design, and we hope that it will be done by the end of our 20th anniversary year. We'll have this beautiful pop-up MSA show on the road.
Absolutely fabulous. Now you have other events coming up?
Yes, this second big fundraiser we do every year is called Showcase. And this one is really close to the hearts of our MSA staff because we feel like by second semester, we've had a chance to work with our kids. And again, most of our students stay all 4 years within the MSA program. And if you see a student when they're a freshman, they might be a little shy, they might be a little tentative. Well, by the time they've taken 2 art classes every year and they're senior, they are just ready to burst at the seams. And so Showcase is this opportunity for us to showcase what we've done this year. And we do that in partnership with our MSA Foundation, who creates a fundraiser around it. And then we, as the MSA staff, create the show in between it. And the neat thing is that we normally do both of those fundraisers off-site, and that's really fun and exciting in a lot of different ways. But over COVID, we knew that we really wanted to get together. We felt so isolated, and we did all kinds of events online, like we're meeting right now. But we decided that, even in the depths of COVID, that we said, let's take a risk and plan an event on campus where we can keep people safe and outside. And we called it Showcase Comes Home. And it was a brilliant event that brought us together. And we're doing a version of Showcase Comes Home this year because it's our 20th anniversary, and it's just going to feel like a homecoming, right?
Absolutely.
So Mark Peabody, our founder, will come. Annie Hartage will come. You will be there, I hope, right?
We'll grab a camera. We'll get that covered too.
Right. So the idea is that once MSA, always MSA. And I just find so many people, even when I'm just at Trader Joe's, people come up and say, my kiddo went to MSA and I still have this beautiful, warm thought about it in my mind. It was such an important formative experience for our family. And what a blessing, right? What a privilege to be a part of a community that continues to grow in people's heart.
I have always thought, because of the arts, because of those talents, not always having an outlet and then having an outlet like MSA, I have always thought that MSA saves lives. I think it is a place, there was never any bullying or anything. It was just this community, this village of acceptance. And it just is at such an important time in these young kids' or young adults' lives, right, to have that acceptance and inspiration from everybody, encouragement is just, I just feel like it is rare, and I always felt privileged to be a part of it. So I am just excited to meet you and see the new energy coming in, and there's so much going on that I'm happy to give a little shout out to you. We will put up all our graphics. Anything else that you think we need to let people know about?
Well, I want people to know that sometimes people think of MSA as being this exclusive art school, and because there's an audition that it's hard to get into, and that it might be for some families and not others. And that is just not true at all. We have a really strong value around diversity and inclusion. And the audition process is more like a getting to know you process. Right. And it's about like kind of trying on the different disciplines so that when prospective families look at what you do for an audition, it's really a mutual interview. Right. And we're so lucky when we just find the best fit for us, right? And I believe that all students should experience some element of choice as they become a teenager. And that I also believe that students and families should be making these decisions together and having the glorious opportunity of exploring different campuses and seeing where you feel like you found your people, right? Yes. And so when we audition families and students, what we're really trying to do is saying, does this feel good? Is this going to make you want to get up every single day and go to school? And if so, then you absolutely 100% belong here, right? So oftentimes last year we had 280 kids apply to different MSA programs across those 13 disciplines, and 279 got an acceptance into one or more programs. That's the true. One who didn't, I just always love to tell people in their interviews, they said, my mom is making me do this.
Ah,
And we literally said to them, we said, you know what, we're going to do you the favor. Is this okay with you? We want to tell you in advance. We'll do you the favor of not accepting you because we want you to be happy wherever you land.
Yeah.
Right. And so that is what we're all about. And to be honest, I think that that's what nonprofits do, right? We find the gaps in traditional systems and we figure out how to fill them. And I think that MSA does that for artsy creative students. And even if they don't start with us in MSA, we have what we call multiple pathways to inclusion. And we find them. And sometimes we find them within our own campus. And then sometimes they find us, right? Someone was like, wait, you don't go to MSA. You should definitely be going to MSA.
Exactly.
They email me and I'm like, let's make this happen, right? So
absolutely.
That's what we're about.
And it isn't just Marin County that you're.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. We're regional. So we've got families that come to us from Vallejo.
Right.
We have families who drive in from Napa, all the way West Coast, right? The west part of Marin, they come here together.
Yeah, right.
Right. And everything we do is about trying to connect people across programs. So Shannon creates these amazing lists at the beginning of the year that families opt into, and there's zip code lists. And then families reach out and say, hey, is anyone coming from Mill Valley? And they don't have a first year, right? Carpool, exactly.
Oh, so important. Absolutely. Because that was always a snag. Oh, but I live so far away. And I remember telling him, there's an answer for that one too.
And the one thing I say to families when they come on tour is I'm like, being a part of an arts program like ours, where we ask families to stay engaged, it allows you to stay involved with your child in a non-cringy way, right? And then all of the kids get mad at me because I say cringy, but it's true, right? Like your child wants you to come to their art opening. They want you to see them be on stage with their peers. And so I think that the more opportunities we have to wrap around our kids and love on them, then the healthier they are and they have more protective factors. And whether it's arts or sports or sciences, that every kid deserves to feel seen and loved on while they're through their high school years.
Well, I am so glad you found that listing and that you and MSA came together in Novato High. This is just this seems like just a great position for you. And I am so happy that we can shine a light on what MSA is doing. And congratulations on this big 20-year anniversary. And we'll make sure to get the word out as best we can.
Well, thank you so much. And again, you're invited to everything.
Oh, thank you.
Well, really, everyone's invited to everything. At marinschoolthearts.org is our website, and all of our listings for all of our events on there. And we are always looking to expand our community because it really, where kids will teach us that we are intersectional communities and it's okay to have more than one identity. You can, live in Sausalito and still be a part of Novato High School and part of Marin School of the Arts. And you can be a football player and a cinematic arts student, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to come see that new facility.
I can't wait. Come and be our guest.
All right. Thank you very much, Michelle. We will be in touch, and I will be talking to you in the near future.
Okay, April 1st. I will see you there.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you, Sandy.
You bet. Marin Interviews, produced in partnership with Marin Arts, Marin Link, Truce, and D2ISF. Please join us on our mission. Nominate a person or program to be profiled either in studio, location, or Zoom. Sponsor a segment. We look forward to working with you.